welcome back to another CEO and the Lobster. You might notice Janine's looking a little bit different this week, and that's actually because she's on holiday. So we've had the lovely Paul Quickenden come join us, come say hey to the group of loyal followers that we've got at the moment. Maybe to start, Paul, do you want to give us a bit of a background, who you are, how you kind of fit into the easy crypto world, all that fun stuff?
Yeah, so I'm Paul Quickenden. I'm the head of New Zealand for Easy Crypto, and I work with all parts of our business. So I help the product team make sure we're delivering good outcomes for our customers, the marketing team around our content and our messaging. Also work with special projects and partners and that sort of thing, and that's kind of keeps me busy.
Awesome, awesome. So for the everyone watching today, we thought we might try something a little bit different with Janine not being here. We thought we'd do a bit of a Q&A with an interesting person in the business. If you guys like these, let us know. We'll keep doing more of them. We can talk to different people that do different stuff to help bring you the Easy Crypto product. We're trying to be transparent and show you not what we do, but also how we kind of do it. So, obligatory question has to be said at the start of every crypto interview. How'd you get into crypto? Why'd you get into crypto? When did you get into crypto?
Sure. Look, I'll start with the why. So I've always really liked disruptive technologies. I used to work for a telecommunications company, and while I was there, the internet disruption came through, mobile disruption came through, and then finally cloud computing. So it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I could see that this space was going to be like that. And when I got in really early in 2018, actually, so just after the 2017 boom cycle, and I joined a company called Techemy, which is a New Zealand-based consultancy kind of investment bank for blockchain businesses.
Awesome, awesome. I guess so being a part of that consultancy, I imagine you would have been on like the ground layer with builders, like people that are like doing the stuff that you probably saw in like 2, 3 years' time. What were kind of the trends you saw then, and have they played out? Where do you think we are now in comparison to where we were then?
Yeah, a really interesting question. So I joined sort of at the tail end of what's known as the ICO boom. And so the ICOs were initial coin offerings. It's where our projects were raising money, and then they were using that money to go off and build their projects and their things. And so compared to now, we literally had a whole bunch of ideas, but people hadn't delivered anything. We didn't have DeFi in any kind of solid context. NFTs didn't exist. And adoption was primarily around the assets themselves, crypto. Bitcoin was the 80, and everyone else had a bit of Ethereum and Ripple and all that sort of stuff. So it's quite a different market now, and that's, I think, really good, because a whole bunch of that money that got raised has actually materialized into cool projects. Like, we didn't have projects like Link, which is how we do price discovery in the market. We didn't have Uniswap. We didn't have DeFi, NFT projects, or we didn't have any of that. And all of that's come around and matured since I've been in the space.
Awesome, awesome. Do you think we're going to see that those essentially trends continue? That there's stuff that's like on the horizon that's just going to become we're going to take for granted in the next bull run? Do you see like so you've been in the industry 5 years? Do you think you're going to see the same pattern play out over the next 5 years?
Oh, look, I think there's still plenty of people solving really good problems. They traditionally kind of go UX and then marry a platform together and then deliver an outcome. And I think that, right now you're seeing the hot spaces in that layer 2 challenge. There's clearly a problem that needs solving and bridging, and there's some companies talking about doing that. And I think, given how many networks we have, that's probably a good thing to do. I think we will continue to see evolution and change in that regard. I'm excited for a couple of projects domestically as well that I think are certainly on the edge and doing some really, really cool things that the wider ecosystem needs as well. And I think that that's certainly a space that's going to continue to heat up. Coinbase has announced they're going to do one, like a compliant DeFi one, which I don't even know what that means, but the marketing sounds good. I also think that some of the stuff that Ethereum's done and is going to continue to do will foster that in terms of making layer 2s better, faster, and more engaged. Domestically, look, there's a lot going on, and I don't want to just do anyone a disservice, but the three that kind of stand out for me at the moment are what Aaron has done at the Futureverse, which is, Alter State Machine and NF Labs with Fluff Worlds and ASM, and all of those groups of companies coming together. I think in terms of that Web3 visionary stuff, that's really out there, right on the edge, and I'm really I'm impressed with how that's going. I also really like what Immersive are doing, where they're kind of bringing kind of decentralized finance and traditional finance together. So the ability for me to put USDC into a smart contract and have that as the collateral for my MasterCard, prepaid MasterCard, that's pretty cool, right? That's a very, pragmatic solution, but a really cool piece of tech at the same time. And then the last one I'm going to call out is what Paul and the guys are doing at Everlasting, which is both a security tool. So you put your stuff into a multi-sig, so the current hack that's running around, you're more secure. But also being able to pass your crypto wealth on to future generations. Clearly that's an unsolved problem. We see all the time people lose their keys, they can't do stuff. So I think that's a really cool project. And that doesn't touch on what what all the other teams are doing, with the Lightning Network and on Finality with the Dot Network and all that sort of stuff. So there's just a lot of vibrant projects going on in this space.
Oh, agreed. So Easy Crypto, obviously, we see a lot of stuff happening in the space. We live pretty close to the grain. So if that's something the audience actually would like us to do, it's something we've been considering, is actually doing an episode where we do a deep dive into, what are the local projects happening in our backyard in New Zealand? What do they kind of do? Like, what are they trying to solve for? If that's something that if yourselves are interested in, let us know, because it's something we love talking about just at work, just on our work chat. So let us know. All right, last question. Are you a Bitcoin maxi? Are you an ETH maxi? Something more obscure? Where do you kind of fit in the space right now?
Oh no, I'm more of a pragmatist. So I'm not wedded to any one technology or any one chain. Like I think if they all do different things. For me, if I was going to buy an asset, it would have to have a good use case. Like it's not a punt. It's got to have a real problem it's trying to solve. And so I'm not a maxi on anything like that. I just I kind of just like what they're trying to solve.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I was really hoping to get a non-really rational and reasonable answer out of you for once. He's very good at that, isn't he? In conclusion, and I'm preferencing this with not financial advice. I feel like we have to say that every episode. But what type of market do you think we're in? Bull, bear,
Oh,
crab,
look,
something? No.
I if I was kind of wreck a label on it, I think we're kind of in the early stages of the bull. I think we've left the bear market behind. We're probably going to be flat to growing, but I think there's enough good wind in the sails for across various network protocols and all that sort of stuff to say that that crypto could have a good future, right? There's a lot of headwinds out there in the more traditional finance, recessions and all that sort of stuff. But I think if you're just looking at it standalone, I think crypto's looking like it's come out of its funk.
Yeah, no, definitely I broadly agree there. It seems that compared to even 6 months ago, it seems that the people are just a lot more optimistic, and markets are primarily driven on sentiment, in my experience. Again, not financial advice, what would I actually know? But it just seems, people are actually getting excited. A lot of things are coming to fruition. A lot of things are actually starting to fall into place. So, we'll see what happens. I think, regardless, the next 6 to 12 months is going to be really, really interesting. So that kind of wraps up the
Yeah, I
questions.
agree.
Just a bit of a PA. This was just something we thought we would try, a bit of a Q&A with an Easy Crypto staff member that you may or may not have met before. If this is something that interests you, we're actually thinking about doing a few more of these as well. If there's any particular people you'd like to see, if you'd like to talk to, let us know, because we're just willing to try new things and kind of engage our community in a way that, I don't know, can kind of, show how we do it, not just what we do. All right. That wraps up today's episode. Thank you all very much, and a massive thank you to Paul Quickenden for jumping on. Really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, Patrick. Thanks for the invite.
You're welcome. All right. See you all. Till next time.